evil spirits at work because the Saints just seem to be cursed. Today, they thought they had treated themselves to their second win, but instead, they got tricked by the previously winless loss. Take another look at it here. It's their 6th loss in a row. The final 21-16. Williams' 40 carries was just 5 shy of the NFL record, and the 179 yards, the 3rd best day in Saints history. But the Hail Mary play wiped all that away, and all the Saints were left with was another shocking loss.
Believe me, I've been around now for a pretty long time now, going back to grade school and high school. I've never seen this. I've never seen a football team lose in the last 3 minutes like we do, in the last 2 minutes, in the last 2 seconds.
Turnovers are going to happen, mistakes are going to happen, and the job is for the team to make up for them. And we thought we had, but then they hit us with that long ball.
Cleveland's
what a perfect way to close out the worst month of football in South Louisiana history, as the Saints get beat by a Hail Mary pass again and give an expansion team their first win ever again. Mr. Benson, it's time to change coaches again. Mike Ditka took over the play calling duties today. Nice glasses, Mike, but it was the special teams that set up the first points of the game. Vincent Smith drills David Dunn. Rob Kelly gets in the pile, and he recovers. From there, Aaron Craver not looking for Hobart. It's intercepted by Roy Barker. He's going the other way, and Hobart on the tackle injures his neck again. He would have to leave the game. He wouldn't return. Tim Couch get the ball right there. He'll find Mark Edwards. A nice pitch and catch. Edwards goes up over Alex Molden for the touchdown, and it was 7-7 at that point. Second half, Ricky Williams had a great game, but he had 3 fumbles. He had 40 carries for 179 yards, but this fumble would set up a touchdown for the Browns, as Couch would look for Kevin Johnson this time. Another touchdown, and it was 14-10, and the Saints are losing to a team that has never won a ball game. Saints had several opportunities to put the game away. They held the ball for like 3/4 of the game. 4 minutes to go, driving, Williams, another fumble. Saints get it back to set up the game-winning field goal after a run. Billy 0. Doug Bryan comes in, kicks the field goal, and the Saints are partying 16-14. But Mike Ditka says he's never seen Hail Marys work before. Well, we've seen it in Atlanta in '78, Atlanta in '79, Minnesota in '88, the Giants last week, and now the Browns this week. Couch to Kevin Johnson, touchdown, unbelievable. This was not even a good expansion team, folks, but they knocked off the Saints by the final score of 21-16. There you see it. Ground zero, believe it or not. Afterward, the major theme was, I don't know.
Saints had more yards, more first downs. They had the ball twice as long, but the Browns had more points. So what you have is a 6-game losing streak with the Browns getting their first franchise win at the Saints' expense. There's change on the way. Mike Ditka obviously at a loss for words after the game because of the fact that he has nothing. You know, one of the big things in this game was a timeout at the end of the game that the Saints had called prior to their field goal. What it would have allowed is the Saints to run a lot more time off the clock before Doug Bryan hit the field goal to win the game or actually put them up. And in that event, it wouldn't give the Browns that much time to come back. So clock management is something the Saints coaching staff has had a tough time with, and that perhaps cost them as well today.
That last play.
Hail Mary. They don't win many games, but today was the day.
Thank you.
Thanks, Jim. Well, many fans.
On the game's final play, Tim Couch threw up a Hail Mary prayer. The ball was tipped by Tyrone Drakeford and Sammy Knight. And suddenly, like from heaven, the ball dropped right into the hands of Cleveland's Kevin Johnson. 56-yard touchdown pass, game over. As he headed to the locker room, Saints defensive coordinator Zaven Uralian looked back to the field in a state of disbelief. Like expansion Tampa 22 years ago, the expansion Browns get their first win at the Superdome.
Well, yeah, it's a prevent defense, but it's played with a certain technique. It's called a victory defense. Unfortunately, when we play it, it's victory for the other team.
In Saints franchise history, this is the lowest moment. To lose to an expansion team, a winless expansion team, on a Hail Mary pass, on the last play of the game, on Halloween. Shakespeare could write for 1,000,000 years and never come up with this one.
Yeah, I batted it down.
Were you the only one to touch the ball?
I don't know if I was the only one to touch it, but I know I got 2 good hands on it and batted it down. Then
I popped off somebody's shoulder or something, and ball, next thing I know, hell, they're celebrating on our side.
The Browns get a chance to win only because the Saints once again flunked clock management. On 3rd and 11 with 32 seconds remaining, Lamar Smith ran for 8 yards to Cleveland's 28. Billy Joe.
Timeout, and I wish I'd have taken it to 12.
Made a mistake. Should have waited. But then again, if you're going to ask me to let that justify what happened with 2 seconds left, I can't do that, fellas. I'm sorry.
Doug Bryan's 46-yard field goal was good, but 21 seconds remained on the clock. Time enough for the Saints to allow a Hail Mary touchdown pass in consecutive weeks. Plenty of time for the 1-6 Saints to blow a fourth-quarter lead for the 5th time this season.
Hell yeah, it's embarrassing. They're 0-7, 31-31, offense and defense, and we lost. Yeah, it's embarrassing.
At the Superdome, I'm Ed Daniels, ABC 26 Sports.
There you see it. Billy Joe Tolliver came in for Billy Joe Hobart in the second quarter, who again had another net stinger. This can't go on all year. They better take another look at Bobby Hebert. Ricky Williams, 179 yards, 40 carries, but he also had 3 fumbles. Tampa Bay is next.